Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we'll preview a healthy partnership that puts aging and heart treatment together. Then, let freedom ring. We'll focus on ways to free yourself to enjoy your life. We'll celebrate an amazing anniversary, 40 years of smiles. Plus, you can access your Social Security information online. We'll share how to keep it safe. And we'll help women step up their efforts to achieve financial freedom.
It's time to get geoing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. After a heart failure episode, following doctor's orders is crucial. So why do some older patients forget about the follow-through? Dr. Mahzarin Jinwala and other cardiologists at University Hospital are getting to the heart of the matter. Dr. Jinwala is the medical director of heart failure at University Hospitals and joins us today in the UH Broadcast Center. So welcome to the show today. You found that lack of follow-through has to do more with the mind than with the heart. So tell us what that means.
So first and foremost, thank you very much for having me over. It's a real pleasure to be here, as always. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the new stuff that we've been doing at UH as far as our heart failure goes. As you know, heart failure is a major problem in the United States and worldwide. There are over 1 million hospitalizations for heart failure annually in the United States.
Wow.
And out of these patients who are hospitalized, 25% get rehospitalized within a month, and over 60% within a year. So clearly very important. And we've been trying to devise ways to help these patients, live better, have better follow-through, and have reduced rehospitalizations. And what we found that, there were several patients who, in spite of providing them with the tools, we still saw problems with follow-through. For example, a lot of these patients were on a bunch of different medications. So compliance, understanding these medications. So that's when we thought about working with our geriatrics colleagues and collaborating with them to try and identify another issue that could be contributing to these patients, which is cognitive dysfunction.
Okay, so how do you do that?
So there are different ways to screen for cognitive dysfunction in these patients. We use a very simple tool. It's called the mini-cog. It takes less than 3 minutes to do. It has two parts. The first part involves drawing a clock and then adding the numbers appropriately on the face of the clock. And then the second part involves drawing in the hands at 10 minutes past 11. And the second part is a 3-word recall where, we give the patients 3 words and we have them give us back these words in about, in a short time. A score of less than 3 means that they have some degree of cognitive dysfunction. So what we found is that amongst our patients who were hospitalized over the age of 65, there were over 40% of these patients who did not do well and who had a score of less than 3. Paradoxically, these patients were the ones who were on a much larger number of medications compared to patients who did not have cognitive dysfunction. And of course, they were more likely to be rehospitalized, especially the women.
Okay, so then after that, how do the geriatricians come into play?
So the geriatricians, it's been great to collaborate with them. What they do is that they see all our patients who have a score of less than 3, so who have some cognitive dysfunction, and they essentially evaluate for any reversible causes of cognitive dysfunction. So these could include polypharmacy, where patients are on different medications, such as medications to help them sleep, pain medications, or some medications for depression. They can contribute, and of course there are drug interactions, so they help evaluate these patients. And as well as the other thing is to look for causes of delirium, because delirium can also contribute to cognitive dysfunction. So, for example, treating certain medical conditions such as acute infections can help. So they also have been following with these patients on an outpatient basis. So again, having the inpatient as well as the outpatient contribution.
Wow. Sounds like you found the missing link there.
Yes, so it's been incredible because it's been a real eye-opener for some of the families, when they saw the clocks that some of their family members were drawing. It came really as a big surprise. But it really opened the door to more conversations, more education for us, and we were aware that we had to include the family in a lot of teaching, going over medications.
Sure, yeah.
As well as for the family, they knew that they had to be more involved with the patient's health and care at home. And then also for some families, they were able to understand that the patient's needs were more than the family could provide. So again, I think
get some more help.
Been really helpful. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
So,
heart failure cardiologists working with geriatricians. This team approach allows patients to be the winners with better post-heart issue progress. My thanks to Dr. Jinwala for teaming up with us today to tell us about it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Learn more by calling the Center for Lifelong Health at University Hospitals at 1-844-312-LIFE. That's 5433. Or visit their website, www.uhhospitals.org/lifelonghealth. Next, free to be. But first, their names are Shovelhead, Knucklehead, and Panhead. And no, they're not a new form of the Three Stooges. So what are they? We'll rev up our engines and ride back with the answer in a moment.
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
What's in a name? For Shovelhead, Knucklehead, and Panhead, the names reflect their resemblance to a shovel, knuckles, and a metal pan found in individual engines of Harley-Davidson motorcycles.
We're smack dab in the middle of summer, and we've just celebrated Independence Day. What better time to free ourselves to enjoy all this season has to offer? And Marie Ilium is here to help. Marie is the editor of Northeast Ohio Boomer and Beyond magazine. So welcome back to the show.
Wow, thanks.
The new issue, July and August issue, is out, and it's all about freedom, right?
It is. We wanted to really project the fun and freshness and, of course, the freedom of summer. And so that's our theme. And we do that in several ways throughout the issue.
Okay. So first of all, you've got about people who maybe have left a job, have gone into retirement, some a big change. So what's that about?
The boomer age, people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, sometimes or all the time, life experience plunges them into a situation that they maybe didn't expect. And so death of a spouse, children moving away to college, divorce, etc. And it can be cast in a negative way, but we're showing how some people and giving tips on how to cast that newfound freedom in a positive way. Mm-hmm. And so an example we have is of a woman who was really dealt, a lot of lousy things, a divorce, she lost a job, et cetera, et cetera. And she was able to reframe her reality into a very freeing experience, a very positive thing. Mm-hmm. So, and that it's inspirational and it's fun, and she's an upbeat person. So, it was nice.
Sounds like a good story. Yeah. And one of the perks of summer are farmers markets, which you can find everywhere now, right?
Right, yeah. Every little community has them, and in-city neighborhood has them also. And if you've ever gone to a farmer's market, you know, if you're not a regular, sometimes they can be a little intimidating. Everybody seems to know what they're doing, and they're looking, there's odd fruits and vegetables and weird, you know, mushrooms and all kinds of things. And so we do a farmer's market guide, how to go to a farmer's market, what to take, tips and tricks, how to interact with the vendors, and we also highlight some of our favorites in the region, and we've got great ones here. And also, we provide information on how to handle the produce once you buy it.
Oh, good.
Because it's, you know, the berries are very delicate. You know, some of the fruits and vegetables you have to handle a certain way, you know, because it's weird stuff. A lot of what you see at the farmer's market's weird, so, yeah, and that's what makes it fun.
Okay, and you also have an article about if you can't make it to the ocean, just try to go to the North Coast, right?
Just stay here. Well, you know, I always say I hate to leave Ohio in the summer because I really think it's our best time of year. But it's great to get a beach experience, and the best we can do if you want to get a little bit away from our Cleveland beaches, which are great, is to head over to the Lake Erie Islands. I mean, there you've got wineries, you've got cool restaurants, shops, you've got history, you've got geology with the glacial grooves and all kinds of stuff. And you can have as quiet of a time as you want, or if you just feel like breaking loose, you've got the party time too. And the islands offer all of that, and we're really fortunate to have them so close.
Yeah, we really are. I love going out to the islands. It really does feel like you're completely someplace else.
Yeah.
I mean, the sound of the ocean, or not ocean, the lake and everything else. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's great. It really is.
All right, sounds like we had a jam-packed magazine coming up.
We're always full of a lot of information. So.
Full of something.
Yes, yeah.
Free to have fun, free to explore, so many great ideas and articles, all available for free in the July-August issue of Boomer and Beyond magazine. You can find it at numerous locations throughout the area, fitness facilities, senior centers, doctor's offices, libraries, and more. Feel free to enjoy it. And my thanks to Marie Eliam for freeing up her schedule to join us here today. Thanks.
For more information, call Northeast Ohio Boomer and Beyond at 330-822-4011 or click to www.northeastohioboomer.com. Next, looking back, moving forward. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Want to sample some sensational servings? Then try A Taste of Tremont. Sunday, July 16th from noon to 8 p.m. This street festival will be filled with great food, art, and entertainment, and admission is free. To dish out more delicious details, visit www.tasteoftremont.com.
Think of all the changes that have occurred over the past 40 years. Cell phones and computers, cars and gas prices, just to name a few. Well, dentist Steve Marsh has seen a variety of changes in dentistry since he graduated dental school 40 years ago, and he's here to celebrate 40 years of smiles. So,
yeah, 40 years actually today.
Well, congratulations or happy anniversary.
Thank you, Lauren.
So, I'm glad you're here on the show. So things have changed, huh?
Yeah, and you know, one of the biggest changes we've seen have been materials. Techniques are a whole nother matter with digital things that you've mentioned, like cell phones. But we used to use a lot of silver fillings, and silver worked very well, but again, silver fillings were half mercury and half some silver and metal filings. And this is a picture we actually have in one of our treatment rooms. There is a difference and you have a choice. One of the things that happen, Lori, over time is the silver tends to break down. The other thing that happens is for the dentist to get the silver to stay, because it just really sat in the hole, we had to cut away too much tooth structure. And so we often see people in our age group who had silver fillings, they lasted for a long time, they bite down, they start to wedge the teeth, and you actually see some fracturing. And that's a depiction of old age dentistry and new age dentistry.
Yeah, I've had all my silver fillings replaced, so. And so silver's a thing of the past?
Well, yeah, in fact, so here's a picture of before and after somebody I took care of. You mentioned you had yours removed. This was somebody who came to me. He was a banker. He was in his 40s. He had those old silver fillings for many years, and he had worn down his lower front teeth. So in the back, we replaced the fillings. We actually used a composite material. It's a type of very hard plastic. It's very strong. The teeth that had worn down, including the teeth in the front, we actually used porcelain veneers. And that is a huge change, too, that we'll get into, in that we don't use metal in crowns or veneers, so we can get a very natural look and one that's very strong as well.
Okay. I remember silver teeth. I also remember gold crowns.
Yeah, and gold crowns and gold inlays. And I have to tell you, my father, who was a dentist, you've heard me talk about him before, he did marvelous gold work, absolutely stunning. And I still see my sisters and my brother, though they don't live in town, when they come in, I look at this work and I marvel at it. And these are teeth that they had done. This is actually my sister Joanne's in the bicuspid area, which is not in the front exactly. And those are called gold inlays. So rather than use silver, he actually used gold that was cast metal. It went in, it fit beautifully, and they still work well. They still work well in lower second molars. It's very conservative, but people today don't want gold in their teeth. But I can tell you it's still a wonderful solution.
Okay, well, metal is kind of a thing of the past, so you're going to talk about what we're using today for most
restorations.
Right.
So for a simple filling, we'll use composites. Composite will work very well. They're conservative. They look good. They bond to the tooth. They strengthen the tooth. When it comes to crowns, we use all porcelain. And there are a number of porcelains. One's called Emax, one's a zirconium, which is 4 times stronger than any porcelain we ever used. And if you look at this before and after, it's a wonderful picture of what used to be in dentistry. Those 2 front crowns were porcelain with metal underneath. They look very opaque. Obviously, the size wasn't exactly the way he wanted them, but he had them for 20 years. So he came to me. His wife said, it's time for you to have a smile that I can appreciate across the table. We did some gum contouring. We took off those old porcelain metal crowns. Very little decay underneath it, cleaned it out, and then put porcelain crowns across the front. We did some gum contouring, Lori. You've heard about it from me before, where we raised the tissue because proportions were way off. That's why you saw that smile so dominated by those crowns. So today you can do it in all composite, you can use porcelains, all very, very strong restorations.
All right. Well, sounds like things have changed for the better.
Yeah, they really have. And hard to believe 40 years have passed, and I've enjoyed being on this show for many years as well.
All right, and we've enjoyed having you on.
Thanks, Lori.
We've come a long way, baby, in 40 years, and we've learned that silver and gold may be great for jewelry, but your smile looks best accessorized with natural color treatments, which are now strong and safe. Congratulations again to Steve, and our thanks for celebrating his 40-year dental anniversary with us here today.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, online information.
It's time to get up and go. An exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hello everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and we're here today to show you how to strengthen that core and the ever-important abdominal muscles. You ready to go?
Let's flatten those abs.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to do a basic crunch today. We're going to start lying flat on the ground. We want our feet flat as well, with our legs bent at about a 45-degree angle. From here, you have 2 options. Either place your hands above your eyes, or you can give yourself a hug and cross your chest. All we're going to do is keep your chin pointed towards the ceiling, squeeze the abdominals, and bring your shoulder blades off the ground. We're looking for 15 to actually 20 repetitions here. All right, how you feeling, Lori?
Oh.
Keep them coming, come on. We need at least 3 to 4.
I can do it.
You got it, all right. We need at least 3 to 4 sets of these. Remember, slow and controlled movements, and you gotta remember to breathe. Do not hold your breath. You're looking good. 6-pack's on the way. All right, everybody, now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
You're planning ahead, looking to retirement, and you want to find out what your Social Security benefits will be. There's an easy way to do it on your own time, at your own convenience. And Brandon Smith is here to tell us how. Brandon is a public affairs specialist with the Social Security Administration. Welcome back to the show. You've been here before.
Thanks for having me.
Always have good information for us.
Thank you, ma'am.
So how do we find out what our benefits are going to be without having to leave home and make it easy on us, you know?
These warm summer days, you can create a My Social Security account free of charge on our website, socialsecurity.gov. You have to be 18 years old, with a domestic mailing address, email address, and of course your Social Security number.
Of course.
Of course. Now, if people have home internet access or if they have a smartphone like most of us do these days, you probably have an email address associated with that device or your home internet account. You have to answer a couple of authentication questions, things that might be on your credit report and might ask you about mortgage amounts or credit card. You go through those, you answer the questions, you create a username or password. You're all set to rock and roll, and from the comfort of home, library, computer center, you can check your account, make sure the earnings that we have are correct. You can do some other changes as well.
Okay, is that the only way to access your Social Security information?
People that are 60 and older that have not signed up for Social Security yet and have not created a My Social Security account, they're still going to get their statement mailed to them a couple of months before their birthday. You can always call us. You can always come into an office to see us if you need some services as well.
Yeah, the problem with having to go into the office, though, it's got to be during business hours. So
Sure.
What are those? How do you get in touch with you?
We are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We're open 9 to noon to the public on Wednesdays. We're closed on the weekends and 10 federal holidays. You can also call us toll-free at 1-800-772-1213. That number's active between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And of course, there's always socialsecurity.gov if you do want to do things online to take care of some of your services.
And earlier when you talked about the My Social Security account, you talked about setting up a username and a password, but that's still, some people might be nervous about the security of the website. Is there anything else to make it a little bit more protective?
Sure. First off, when you're setting up your username and password, be aware that the password does expire every 6 months. And when you log into your account, it'll even show you how many days left you have until it actually expires. We've also recently unveiled sort of a second security feature. So when you go into your account, you have to give us either your email address or a cell phone number that can accept text messages. So you put in your username, password, and we'll either email or text you a code. A code lasts for about 10 minutes, and you would enter that. I've done it numerous times. I have it sent to my cell phone. It's one of those things I jokingly tell my wife, I might leave home without my wedding ring, but I'm going to make sure I have my cell phone with me at all times. So,
just in case you need to log into Social Security,
right? Just in case, correct.
Any other last-minute tips for our folks out there who need some information from Social Security?
You know, once again, you can just call us if you want to at our toll-free national number, like I mentioned before. Go to our website, socialsecurity.gov. You know, no matter how old you are, as long as you're old enough to create an account, I would say just check it periodically to make sure we have the correct information for you. So when it comes to pay you, we're paying you correctly.
All right, and that's important.
Absolutely.
Online access makes life easier, and this includes seeing your Social Security statement. It's one more option in addition to calling or visiting a Social Security office to learn about your benefits. My thanks to Brandon Smith for benefiting all of us with this information.
Thank you, ma'am.
Find out more by calling the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213 or log on to www.socialsecurity.gov. Next, 3 steps to financial fitness.
Right now, proton therapy, a revolutionary treatment for many types of cancer, is available for the first time in Ohio and only at University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. That's the future of cancer care. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center. Right now, the trusted experts of University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center and the most advanced cancer-fighting technologies are in 17 community locations. That's leading-edge care where you're most comfortable. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center.
According to a 2016 study by Northwestern Mutual, 87% of women feel anxious about their financial situation. There are some basic steps that all women, whether single or married, should think about in protecting their financial health. Here to discuss 3 basic steps for women is my law partner, Michael Solomon.
Hi, Lori.
Hey there, Mike. So what should women do to protect themselves from these financial worries they have?
Well, I don't have any magic solutions, but there are 3 basic tools that that women should think about when they want to protect themselves, their financial future. That involves legal documents, their financial assets, and government programs.
Okay, being attorneys, let's start with the legal documents first.
Okay, well, you know, if you are no longer able to handle your financial affairs, whether you're single or married, who's going to handle your stuff for you? Who's going to handle your money? Now, if you're married, it's an easier decision, your husband. But if not, who handles that? There's a document we've talked about on the program before, a financial power of attorney, and it's you name who's going to handle your financial affairs. It's a very important document. It has a lot of different provisions, and we've talked about immediate and springing powers and all that sort of stuff. You need to make that decision. Most people should have that. If you don't have that and you become unable to handle your affairs, the court will have to appoint a guardian or a conservatorship, and the guardian may be someone you don't even know who's going to handle all your money for you.
And much more complicated.
Right.
So let's talk next about money. Are you going to tell me how to invest my money?
No, I'm not going to do that. What I am going to say is that you need to focus on it. And if you're not familiar enough with it, then hire someone who knows what they're doing. I mean, there's so many choices. You have mutual funds, stocks, bonds, ETFs, life insurance, annuities. You need someone who knows how to guide you on all of that sort of stuff. And you also should focus on the payment options on different types of investments. So you need to know that also.
So what do you mean by the payment options?
Well, let's say you're married, okay, and your husband has a pension plan. When he retires, he's going to be eligible for a pension. And is it going to be a single life or a joint and survivor? A single life is a payment that pays over his lifetime, and it's going to be a higher payment than a joint and survivor benefit. But the trouble is, if he dies, the wife gets nothing. So you need to, women tend to live longer than men, so the wife should sit down and think about, does she want the joint and survivor benefit, which is longer, obviously, for both lives, but it's a smaller amount. Again, no right or wrong answers that. You need to sit down with someone and do an analysis, figure out what makes sense for you.
Okay, and real quick, there's 4 top government agencies you need to know about. What are they? Okay,
well, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and VA benefits. And I don't have a lot of time to get into it, but make sure you apply for Social Security when appropriate. You don't have to apply immediately. And Medicare, though, even if your Social Security age is age 66, Medicare, you start at age 65 unless you want to have some extra penalties. So get the application in.
Okay, coming from a woman, good tips.
Yes.
These are important issues that women should consider to protect themselves and reduce their financial anxiety. Have questions or need help? Give Mike a call. His number's next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. On next week's show, Take Care of Your Health Care, we'll preview the perks of a personal health record. Then we'll reveal how a Roth IRA conversion can help you be ready for retirement. And we'll tell you your rights in a wrongful death. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.